GM. All right, sorry, finishing this setup. All right, welcome to the 106th consecutive episode of Wonky Weekly Alpha, live from Denver. We've got all of us down here. You can hear the echo right now from the room that I'm in while I'm sitting here getting ready. How's it going, sir?
You sound way too sober right now, dude. I'm pretty sure I'm still drunk from last night. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, last night I may or may not have had the Uber pull over halfway through, and I think that set me up for a much better day. Was it intentional? No, not in the least. That was awful. But again, I think I'm much better off today for it. So
Yeah, rosin hits different mile high, baby.
yeah. So anyway, I'm alive. We're good. We're back at it. I'm sitting here finishing getting ready at the house. Gonna go to the conference itself for a little bit this afternoon. Just stop by, check out some of the booths, make the round. I've never actually been to the event center here at ETH Denver, so figure might as well. Yeah, how was what did you find yourself doing last night?
Well, the start of the night was waiting to hear back from you and B-Ways. I was like, okay, where are these fuckers at? So I met up with a couple of the pandas. We started at a bar. It's just chilling. I was waiting for a text from you and from B-Ways. I'm like, okay, B-Ways flight was like 9 a.m. He missed his first flight, and so he had to he had to reschedule his flight, and then his flight was at like 2:33 or something. It's like 9 p.m. I'm like, okay, where the hell is B-Ways at? So I tried calling him. He's like, hey, met a girl on the plane, having dinner with her now. I'll link up with y'all later. I was like, of course.
Bro, only B-Way.
Yeah, dude. I was like a fucking course. B-Ways meets some chick on the plane and is now having dinner with her. Um, and then after that we went to Temple, got a table for us, and then I blacked out about midnight. I remember dabbing up. B-Ways gets to Temple at like 1 a.m. I remember saying hello to him, and then I don't remember a single thing after that. And now here we are.
Well, dude, that was my option last night. At the very end of the night after dinner, there was that wormhole party that was happening. And I could have gone to that, had buddies that were there that had a table. They were like,
Yeah, that's where we got the table at the wormhole party. Also, fuck wormhole. The audacity, they said no bottle presentations. The audacity to say that when you still owe me an airdrop is like, how? They wouldn't start until yeah, and they didn't bring us our bottles until no, well maybe for other people. We got our bottles at because I friends with the manager. Yeah. But they were saying they're not doing like Wormhole didn't buy it out apparently until like midnight or whatever. They're acting a little cheap for a $16 billion valuation.
yeah, dude, here's my deal with that from what I've learned. All the biggest events that are supposed to be the most hyped things at these conferences, a lot of the time are just overhyped. You show up and they're just like, they find a way to disappoint you. So that's why when I either had the chance to do that or go over, just hang out with Deez and a few of his buddies over at his Airbnb, I was like, you know what? I'll just go hang out with them. Right. Like, and it was a great time. Um, because a lot of the time at those big events, if you're going to some club you're not really having real conversations anyway. It's tough to at least. So, I mean, it's not really my scene. I would have done it had nothing else, been up for grabs, but we'll see. I'm not sure what is on the agenda tonight. Have basically a dinner plan, going to the conference, and outside of that, a little bit open.
Yeah, I mean, I got the table for us, but Also, first of all, or not first of all, but anyways, fuck you for getting on the plane yesterday because I got immediately liquidated afterwards. I was up like 120%. So yesterday morning, I had my cat do a trade for me. I had my cat pick a 50x long, and she did well. Immediately as I placed it, it started printing for Pepe. She picked Pepe. The options were Pepe, Doge, like Solana, INJ, and like something else for a 50x long. She picked Pepe, so I went and longed it. Immediately within like an hour, I was up almost 200%. And then I see your tweet. It was like just hopped on the plane, but it was like 25 minutes ago. I was like, no fucking way. I pull up the chart. Within like 2 minutes of pulling up the chart, I got liquidated immediately from you getting on the plane. I was like, motherfucker.
Definitely sounds like a you problem there. Like, it sounds like I gave you a solution and I gave you an out and you just decided not to take it.
Dude, beavers were minting out yesterday. Like I have the notifications on, but I didn't see it in time. So yeah, kind of a me problem, but still would have been good had you not gotten on the plane.
Yeah, like it happens, man. It happens. Considering where we are right now and that I'm here, things could be a lot worse price wise. I mean, Pepe is up 50% on the day, and what has been really the main thing that I've been shilling on the timeline is Pepe for the past several weeks. So it's like, the team's winning right now. The team should be winning right now. No excuse.
Yeah,
Your
no,
cat, that's an execution problem.
it wasn't like a large position or anything. Obviously, if my cat's trading it, her account's pretty close to mine at this point, though. She's been doing pretty well. Um, yeah, it wasn't like an extremely large position. I was comfortable bumping it up to 50x and just letting it ride. Uh, yeah, no. And yeah, Beavers minted out yesterday. I ended up snagging one of those, so I'll be a Beaver Maxi, or I am now a Beaver
So what
Maxi.
is the Beaver floor right now?
It's like 0.2, and they minted for 500 USDC.
Okay, so the question is, do you just list it high right now, get that Grail sale? I think you do. If you can get a Grail sale, you take it right now with a 1-of-1, man.
Yeah, I
Like,
have it
you
at 10
take
ETH
it.
right now.
I mean, say somebody puts a 10 ETH offer on it, though. I still say you take that.
I might accept a 10 ETH. Thing is, though, is like, in my opinion, Beavers are going to cook. I mean, this is Alex, Beaver King. They're like the co-owners of Rainy Studios with Ice Bags. It's like part of their whole ecosystem type deal, seed and network. So
So then
that's where.
why not sell it and then just take all the profits, turn them right into floors?
Okay, well, fucking buy it then, Eddie.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I just know you're talking about grail sales. I hate holding grails, generally.
Yeah, so here's like it. It's a fair argument. I mean, if you like the 1-of-1, keep it, because a lot of people said that same thing to Kinky back in the day whenever he bought the left-facing Penguin, and honestly, there's still, maybe there's some fact to that. Maybe there's not. Maybe he's just going to get like a crazy sale one day, and maybe he never wants to sell and he just really likes that Penguin. So, like that was a huge conversation for a while. So, if you don't want to sell it for 20, 10 ETH, if it's offered, even though that's, the floor is 0.2. So you'd still be looking at a 50x from floor,
I would
then
take.
it's fine.
It'd have to be minimum 50 floors. Also, thing with the 1-of-1, like you either have to have 100 beavers or a 1-of-1 to be in the royalty chat. And so, I don't have 100 beavers. I am in the chat right now, but if I do get rid of the 1-of-1,
That's the only reason. That's the only reason I would consider it. But even then, I will caution you, right? Like, yeah, it's actually the exact same argument that Kinky with the left facing Peng has, right? Like, he spent 400 ETH on that. I think the floor was around 3 ETH at the time. Could have had, let's say, like 120 penguins. And if he wanted,
I mean,
right?
hey,
I
with
mean, like,
slippage,
theoretically,
probably
right?
100
Yeah, so let's just
pennies.
say, 100, right? For rounding. And each one of those penguins got like, I want to say like $10,000 plus worth of dim. So you do the math. That is literally $1 million worth of dim that he did not get. Um, so it's just like, and it's when it comes to distributions, which are one of the things that you're probably hoping for actually with Rainy. You're probably not getting as much as a pro rata holder of a bunch of them. So it's just like there's a lot of risk with with holding one of one, and if it is not like everything that you are doing to help bolster that side, if you're not like working on bolstering that side of the brand, I guess you'd call it, and actively working at getting in very very close ties with that team, and hoping that company is your best friend for the next 3 years. I don't know. That's like kind of where I'm at.
So yeah, the thing is, for 99.9% of projects, rares are floors. The only thing a rare does for you is get you quicker liquidity while listing it at the floor. I mean, after Blur, for most projects, rares don't mean absolutely shit right now. The difference is in like bags and Alex ecosystem, rares do something different. So like in the sense of the 101, it has the highest production rate, right? The highest yield of CDN. It'll be mining RST and stuff too. Um, Same thing with, now this is speculation as far as pandas, but the rare body types get more points, yada yada yada. There is speculation though that rarer body types will actually get a higher yield of airdrops than floors in the pandas and the Sedum ecosystem. Um, so
Well, your job as a holder in that chat is to make sure that happens by telling them that you would be very upset if that wasn't the case. So, like for example, I tell Wob all the time, I have 23 seals. I'm like, these seals better get rewarded pro rata. I should not be getting rewards that are like per wallet. So you just you have a voice, use it. It's just my opinion, you know. So
you up here in Denver, Eddie?
no, I'm in Jersey, dude. I'm in Jersey, 30 Jersey. I'll be at NFT NYC, but I will not be. I'll not be in Denver. Big L on my part, but whatever. Didn't get a chance to. I mainly wanted to say hi because it's rare I get a chance to say hello to the Wonky guys. You guys are always crushing, and I saw the Stonks were doing great, which was exciting, and they're moving well, so that's hype. Actually, it's funny. It's a lot of the exactly as predict. A lot of the CTOGs are making round twos this year, right? We're starting off with the Wassies, and you take a look around, and just like, oh, Kaleo's still been here, still cooking, right? It's unsurprising. So, it's, for me, this is a meta I like. I like people who are have a brain and have a knack for sticking around and making friends, doing well. It's something I enjoy. So,
Appreciate that, man. We got at
yeah.
least 50% of that checked off. So
At least like only left brain, not so much right brain.
I'm just messing around. I like sometimes you have to fud yourself, right? You can't have the expectations too high. People like a comeback story. They like, people overcoming difficulties. So I can't have everything going into it. But no, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, like, dude, here's my deal. The stonks are just like they'll slowly continue to grind higher, and I think it's one of those things that I talked about with most of these collections. It's like slowly, then all at once. So there'll be a time, right? Like there will be a time. There's catalysts that can make that type of stuff happen, and it's just a matter of continuing to show up, continuing to be consistent, and I think it's about cultivating in the meantime, continuing to cultivate that community that you have. And, in the same way that collectors sit there and they find things that they like, it's the same type of thing for building a strong foundation for the base of a community. It's taking that time to basically be able to bring people in who have real conviction about it. And then from there, that foundation you've built really turns into a launch pad. Um,
Which,
so
I'm curious, right? So, and this has been something I've been exploring pretty heavily as well, because I'll just be straight with you, Clay. I'm working on something, right? So, but one of the things that's on my mind is, and you started to see it from some of the fallen legacy projects, is a certain level of exploratory openness towards whether that be new chains or whatever that is. Um, I'm not like asking you to fuel speculation. It's actually just a genuine question. Do you look at other chains and like upcoming ones? Like let's just say, obviously Blast is the hot topic, but things like Barra, things like Monad later this year, stuff along those lines.
I'm grabbing dinner with the Monad guys later this evening.
Wow. If you
Yeah,
see Tunes, can you tell him Dan Sigeti is like knocking at his door, begging please to say hello?
I will. Yeah, I'm getting together with him and Kevin at
Nice.
least later. So I would go like they actually sent me a message a bit ago that they're just hanging out somewhere. They're not going to the conference this afternoon. They're just hanging out up until dinner. So whenever I get bored from the conference, I'll probably go there and hang out with them early. But no, man, I'm still sick about this because there are better ways I could have executed. I had the opportunity to angel invest in Monad, and I wish I would have, but I wasn't
Dude,
liquid at all. I
I
wasn't.
found out about it on the last day that it was open, and I was like, I'm not cool enough to get involved in this.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, because like Monad, that's going to be an easy 100x. So, oh well.
Speaking
Yeah.
about
Is
angels
Oh
and
well.
stuff, how the fuck did Portal cook so hard? Because that was the
Binance market
most,
makers. That's
dude,
all it
that was
is,
the
dude.
most cringiest 2 weeks on CT that there ever
Yeah,
was,
I know.
and it dropped off. I swear I hadn't heard another thing about Portal since those first 2 weeks. And then yesterday pumps up how much to 20 something bucks?
That was IOUs. So that's like, by the way, those IOUs are probably the scammiest shit that any C, D, or B tier exchange engages in. It's like it's so bizarre. What they basically want to profit off of early speculators, but they don't know how to do it without like their only way that you can guarantee that you're in profit is you sell these IOUs at a multiple of what you expect the floor to be. So they expected the price to be like $2.50 or something like that. So I think they started selling the IOUs around like $4. And when you only sell them at $4, like they just go straight up. So they went from $4 to 20. So people are buying these IOUs at $20, and the exchanges know that it's going to launch at like $3. So it's like, of course, they're thrilled to see it because they're making guaranteed money off of it. It's how it always works. It's like a 5 to 10. Whatever you see at an IOU, just divide it by anywhere from 5 to 10, and that's probably the actual number. But yeah, dude, even like $3. I think it launched at $3. I know someone that put in, I think, 50 to 100,000. I think they put in $100,000 between them and a couple others, and their position is worth right now like $5.8 million.
you're talking about Cirrus?
Yeah, Cirrus with the group that he went in. Yeah, I talked to him yesterday though. I will say he's expecting it to just like trend down hard because it's just immense thumb pressure. But I mean, even if you get like $3 million out of it, going from 100K to 3 million is, especially at the very start, like the very start of a bull, where most people right now are going to be losing their money to literal casinos like the YOLO casino on Blast, right? Like instead of getting absolutely demolished by these casinos and losing their coins right before the banks try to take them, like he just made $3 million. It's ridiculous, man. Some people are built different. It's hilarious.
I could use a little $3 million stimmy right now. I'm not gonna lie.
That guy, it's funny. It's like there's two guys that I know who are relatively notable names in this space, Cyrus and ZK Shark, who both grinded their absolute asses off to the point where they're like long-term girlfriends slash fiancés who they were actually 100% ready to marry, left them because they didn't have the time for them, and now they're both like multi-million dollars as a result of it. It's like, what is it? It's only possible here. It's absurd.
Yeah, there's probably a trend with getting too plugged into this space and relationships ending. Um, not speaking from personal experience or anything.
Stop fighting my bags,
Uh,
dude.
Well, none have started for me, so I will say like maybe and the reverse is also true. Like nothing ever starts either.
that's fair.
God
Dude, that's
bless.
funny. So Owen, we haven't gotten to you yet, man. How's it going?
Hey, sorry, just had to find my unmute button. So far, so good. This is wild. Never seen shit like this before. Feels good, man.
Never seen shit like what?
It's your first cycle?
Well, it depends what you count on as a cycle. I came in like in October of 2021, so right at the cycle top.
Oh
So I've
yeah,
come
you're
to the
gonna
end of
hold
the
everything
cycle.
back down to zero this time. I'm just warning you.
I am gonna hold everything back down to zero.
You will, 100% for a fact.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I don't know what the movie is. I saw people posting that little clip of it's like Shia LaBeouf and I guess his brother, and his brother's like, "Am I gonna die?" He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna die. What matters is what happens along the way. Now, shut up, bitch, and let's go." Uh, and like I just think of that every time somebody tells me I'm gonna round trip my bags. As long as it makes a good story, bros, I'm here for it.
That's really all that matters. All I care about is showing up on Fridays for Wonky Weekly.
That's it. That's it. This is the only time of the week that actually matters. Heard it here first. Okay, we got a puppet requesting to come on stage. Gonna bring him up here. Dude, it's like I think you're right, Owen. Though it's just this is fun, and especially if it's your first time seeing it, kind of resurrect from the ashes. It is really vindicating watching everything kind of climb back and say that you aren't crazy, that you weren't insane. Now, what Rooster said might be true. Also, there's a decent chance that, but like you feel like a smart enough guy that I think you'll be fine on the other side of it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Dude, no
I
matter
mean,
how smart you are, you will hold everything back down to zero on your first
Just
cycle.
put like a just put a notepad up and like a note on your wall that says if BTC is greater than $230,000, sell 80%, and then just like and then
well, I
and then
did pin a post-it note up to my wall which says "Never buy into strength, never sell into weakness," and that
okay
has been a good guide. But now
that
everything is fucking
that will
strong
help
as
you.
fuck. So I don't
That
know,
will help you.
like everything is pumping, and it's like over. Like, how do you? I don't know, man. I just like
Yeah, that
chilling
I'm
in
telling
spot,
you
but
that
what
that
spot?
note won't help you. You need numbers. You need to put a hard stop at like 230 to 240K. You're like, all right, I don't care what it is. 80% is out at this point. And just yeah.
No notes, no rules, no nothing is gonna help you until you actually you could have all the entire setup right in front of your face, and I guarantee for a fact you're not gonna sell it because you're gonna think it's gonna go higher, and you won't learn the lesson until you actually lose your own money.
No, I've done that though. I've lost like I have made and lost like mid six figures several times during the bear market. So I feel like
Nice.
maybe I have a little bit of protection, but maybe not. Maybe I just run it up, turbo print, and then round trip it all. It'd
Yeah,
be
now
kind
you
of,
lose 7 to 8 figs.
oh god. I would like to think if I printed like 8 figs, I would like have the good sense to put some in stable farms. But then, of course, that like smart contract gets exploited, and then I lose my money another way. Like it's like there's a million ways to die in crypto, and sometimes the thing you do to be safe ends up wrecking you.
Terra Luna, which by the way is running it back. You might.
Is it
By the
really?
way,
That's my favorite
Uh,
coin. Luna is my favorite coin.
Luna themselves specifically are not running back, but the people behind Luna and the people behind Olympus DAO have shaken hands. And Kaleo might know what I'm talking about. Rooster, you
Is
might
dude
as
not
well.
still in jail?
No, not the leaders, but people that were behind the scenes working on both protocols have teamed up, and they're going to launch something, and it's going to probably do amazing.
the
And it's
guys who are
just
smart
funny.
enough not to
It's
get
just funny.
caught. Yes.
Rooster, I will DM you, and you will find it hilarious. But I don't know if
Dude,
Kaleo knows, but yeah, I'll DM
I
you
made
now.
so much money off of Luna last cycle. I think I longed it from like $3 all the way up to 110 or
Here,
something, and then
Rooster,
Jesus.
keep your mic on and just check your DMs and tell me. Don't say, but like you can check.
let me peep here.
Oh, you're gonna find it funny. I'm dead serious. Like that's actually
I'm a
that's
deep
actually what's
dive.
behind it.
I'm a deep dive. I would love to catch me another Luna where I could long the 100x and then short it down from like $100 to I think I exited at like 17 or something. Oh
That's
my! Granted,
wild, dude.
I lost it all that I made off of Luna. I don't remember on what, but Luna might have been my best two-way trade last cycle. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so I made a mistake recently in that I like spent a night like all night awake checking out some weird cypherpunk AI protocol. It's supposed to be like the cypherpunk fuck Google decentralized like Tau. And I was like, "Oh, this looks really weird. I should ape it." And I aped it, and then it went up a fuck ton. But like because I was playing around in their ecosystem, I was like, like to do anything here, you need to stake your tokens. And I staked them without reading the docs. And now I tried to unstake them and I realized I have a 49-day queue to unstake them. Man, read the docs, bros. That's all
Dude,
I'm
that's what
saying.
happened to me with fucking DYM. I thought once you staked it, then you had 21 days to withdraw, right? So I go to withdraw my DYM fucking 3 days ago after 3 weeks since they launched, and it's like okay, unstake, no rewards. Now you have a 21-day
Nah, it's the
period
queue
until
from
you.
unstaking, bro.
Yep.
Dude, I was like,
Yep.
Brutal.
I hate DAM now. I'm a DYM bear. They will not survive.
So you know it's
Fuck
funny.
you for holding my money.
Everyone yells at Blast because like Blast has a 2 week lockup. What is this garbage? Like how dare and what that means?
Optimism. At least you
Yeah,
can use
it's
optimism.
literally yeah. Well, I mean, I will say all of the optimistic rollups all have lockups, like all of them, because it is a safety feature for the chain. So it's just funny to me because it's like
They aren't
anyone that's
lockups if you use unofficial bridges.
well, because those are unofficial bridges and those are not
Yes.
like native to the chain, and those unofficial bridges take a fee in order to account for the risk that they incur by doing this,
And if some
because
shit
it's a
happens, the
validation.
liquidity in those bridges will go to zero. So
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
that.
So it's a whole like that's actually low key one of the biggest exploit messes waiting to happen. But it's all good until one of them will implode.
Funny story. Before I ever joined CT, back when you had to research for all your crypto information, I was the biggest back in like 2020. I was the biggest optimistic roll up maxi. I was like, this is it. But back then, I was like, this is actually this is what's gonna print. I was like,
I mean,
yeah,
it did.
obviously,
If you,
it
it
no, it
did.
did. Yeah, no, I think what did I aped OMG Omisigo at like was like a sub $1, I think, and then that shit ran up to $20 too. That was also another great trade that I made last cycle was OMG. And then they launched, what the fuck did they launch? Boba Chain, yeah, Boba Network. And then I lost everything that I made off OMG on their Boba
I'm
Network.
sensing a pattern here.
I got just really quick. I gotta go, but you guys have fun at ETH Denver, and if you guys come to NFT NYC, I'll see you then. Peace, guys.
The
It's
dance
funny because
is
I have a
getting into
friend.
him right now.
He has like an amazing protocol, and they deployed their native liquidity on Optimism because it was a while ago. Because it's the super chain, and because like for fundamentals based reasons, it seemed like it was going to be the clear winner. But there's like, is it just me, or is there like literally no volume on Optimism at all? Like people use the super chain, people use Base, people use Zora and these other sort of affiliated chains, but it doesn't seem like anybody uses it. Like, do you think there will be a rotation to Optimism, or are they just going to be like a TIA type sort of, people just park their stuff there and chill?
I don't think there's going to be a rotation. I think it's going to pump. Everything's going to pump. Is there going to be like how CT rotates from Solana shitters back into the ETH side, and then there's pretty much nothing going on the Solana shitcoin market? No,
Nah, it's what
probably.
Base is for, right?
Yeah, probably not. But it will pump. I mean, people don't really care about the tech until they need to use it. Essentially, it's like a follow the hype train, and then you only really care about the tech once you need to move money from one place to another, and then you're like, why can't I get it now? That's why like people would use it. But everything will pump. Are they gonna have like a super cycle? Probably not. Um, but who knows? Maybe.
Just curious, like when does like it seems like a lot of people are trying to solve the fractured liquidity problem and create UI UX for swapping sort of interchangeably between any chain at any time. Like I'm just curious what that has to a rotation effect if you're able to sort of abstract away all of the multi-chain stuff and create sort of layer zero platforms to execute swaps between any pairs, like on chain.
I mean, the rotation is going to be where you're going to get your max output, your max returns. That's unfortunately that's what people care about, right? Is not they just want to make the most that they can off their single dollar, and making it easier by improving the fractionalization of liquidity, making it more into you don't even know what chain you're on will definitely be very, very beneficial, especially, if you're like able to, circumvent a $400 ETH gas fee. Like yesterday, I'm not gonna lie, yesterday was a little bit brutal swapping stuff around, trying to get more money for beavers. On Ethereum, you were like, if you wanted to, what did I think I bridged some USDC for Solana. Also, fuck them, fuck Worm. I'm getting a little bearish on Wormhole right now. They still owe me an airdrop, which they tweeted, and I think is coming in 800 years in March next month. Um, but yeah, I bridged through Wormhole some USDC from Solana. It came to Ethereum as USDC Wormhole, and then I also had to swap the US. And not only that, there was uh, a price disparity. So I think USDC Wormhole was like valued at like 90 cents on the dollar. I lost so much in slippage and gas, like
That
bridging my
sucks.
USDC from Solana to Wormhole. So they
Were
definitely need
you
to improve
were
there.
you around and did you like have any exposure to the multi-chain exploit? Like I always knew that bridges represented this existential risk. Like I'd had some like small experiences with kind of getting like temporarily rugged on a bridge or like, having, getting wrecked on slippage for something that shouldn't have had slippage associated with it. But then like seeing all the multi-chain wrappers just get rugged and like USDC on Phantom and stuff going like to 10 cents on the dollar or lower, like bro, it just changed how I feel about like token wrappers and multi-chain and like all this stuff, like it works except when you really need it to work. Like whenever liquidity gets scarce, whenever things get weird, like those things just find a way to break.
Just like AVAX did last week or a few days ago, however long that was.
Didn't they? I think they pushed an update that I didn't read the specifics of it, but it was something about like what they refer to as gossip between the nodes. Like actual terminology is gossip. It's like something related to the inscriptions that were being done, and them just sending a bunch of random
Yeah, someone
messages.
tried to mint 8,888,000 NFTs or some shit. Like, who? Who? That is never a good idea. You will never. That will. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. Terrible idea. Broke the chain for a little bit. Retard.
It's just a test. I mean, I was kind of wondering if there must be like all sorts of weird subterfuge and psyop campaigns between these different foundations or sort of motivated actors within like AVAX or Ethereum or Solana, just trying to sort of shove a stick in the spikes of somebody else's bicycle's tires. Um, like maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. Like it's games above my head.
Yeah, why do you think nobody's minting on Solana right now? Is because you have one hype mint, the entire fucking chain shuts down for a week.
Yeah, it's not ideal. What
But the more it shuts down, the more bullish it is.
What do you guys think of 404s? I have a bit of an agenda here, but I'm curious.
I think it's actually a pretty cool idea. I'm not invested in any right now, unfortunately. Even the one there was I think it was a fork of a 404 that they were talking about in a Bashos just off launch, right? And I don't know how, but somehow apparently it's better than a 404. Except it was costing if you had a $300 position, it was costing like $1,200 in gas to sell at 30 Gwei. So I was like, I'm gonna fade this. This sounds extremely retarded. That it's pumpless since then. Without me.
Yo, what up, guys? Have you seen the news? I think Arbitrum put out yesterday. They like partnered with Robinhood and like made. I guess they're gonna make a Robinhood wallet compatible. Like you can just get in and plug into dApps. That's pretty cool. I feel like obviously Robinhood has a huge community and normies, and just plugging them in super easily feels like a pretty massive move.
What was the onboarding like last cycle? Like I know I got onboarded to various things, but I got onboarded through AVAX and had to do the whole X chain P chain. So it was like a pain in the ass, and I don't expect most people to do that. Like, what do most quote unquote retail do? Do they just buy shit and leave it on a sex? Like, do we
They
actually
buy
think people are
Doge.
gonna? Yeah,
They buy
Yeah,
Doge.
they buy Doge on Robinhood.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
like,
that
how much better does this like UX stuff have to get for people to actually want to like learn about on chain?
that's be in their face, and then they have to hear a friend make a lot of money about it. That's unfortunately that's how it works. That's how every 99.9% of normies get onboarded is by hearing someone else saying they made so and so much money off this, and they're like, I can do that. Let me do what they did.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. And like, I mean, when I onboarded my friends, it was like, all right, everybody bring your laptop over. We're going to have a LAN party. And it's like, download MetaMask, set up your Coinbase account,
LAN
link your
parties.
bank
Oh
account.
snap!
It's like an hour-long process because they have hella questions too. But yeah, Rooster's right. I feel like the only time like someone's actually going to take initiative is like they hear or they see like someone cashed out and they're like, what? Like, let me get in on this.
Yeah, honestly, I think Doge is gonna print unreasonably high numbers and some other memes, but
Yes.
specifically Doge, for this
Well, I mean,
cycle.
Doge is like the Bitcoin of memes,
No,
right?
it is, yes.
It is.
Yeah, I think
So
the normies are gonna come back. They're gonna be like, Doge do $1
Well, in
again,
more
but this
ways than
time
one. It like literally
$2.
is Bitcoin.
I already got
Like,
a Doge text. I'm just saying.
yeah, I'm long as fuck. Kaleo, did you see the arena announcement?
Which one?
They just put out an announcement that they're allowing tipping in Solana meme coins, like WIF and used car and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
They lost
Oh,
the
that's cool.
plot. I'm still trying to buy keys or tickets or whatever the fuck they are with my no-show. I don't care
Nah,
about
they
those
just,
Solana meme
this is,
coins.
in my opinion, this is the smartest pivot. Like, the sort of value in a platform for distributions, if you can onboard like all of CT onto a platform and have it be, a place where people launch projects and do stuff, like even if they're not making direct fees, that's a very, very valuable app just based on being able to like ship features, launch, like be a launch pad, do all sorts of stuff. There's so much value there.
Dude, I'm looking at a few of these. The only one I don't recognize, actually, never mind. I was gonna say Mautai, but I feel like I saw Crypto Dog tweet out about Mautai. So we need our resident used car whale to come in and tip us all as a used car rooster. Okay, B-Ways.
Yeah, I don't know where B-Way's at right now. I was honestly expecting
Yeah,
him to hop on
we haven't
Spaces.
heard from him so far this morning, have we? Speaking of that, y'all, I probably need to get rolling here in a little bit to actually get to the conference. So it's been fun. It's been a good conversation. Weather's beautiful out here. If any of you guys that are out there are here, don't DM me because I don't check DMs. Check DM Rooster and tell Rooster that you want to get together with us.
Dude,
That is the much more likely way that it'll happen.
I swear people think I'm like your fucking assistant. The amount of DMs I get trying to get in contact with you is like absolutely insane. For everybody's knowledge, I am unpaid. Okay, like I'm not officially Kaleo's assistant.
You call that an internship, bro.
Rooster's just vibing. So, but I mean, again, if you want to hang out with Rooster, DM Rooster. And I might be there, I might not. We'll see. Rooster's is a man. Um, but it's been a fun space. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back next week. And for episode number 107, Wonky Stonks are inevitable. And I'm just going to say real quick, there are a couple absolute grails right now on the floor that I'm surprised have not been scooped yet. So, do with that what you will. And we will see you guys this next week. Love y'all.
Cheers, everybody.